Our staff has always expressed the importance of taking a holistic approach when it comes to athletic development, obviously with nutrition playing a very big piece to that. So we believe the addition of this refuel station and our nutritionist is really going to help us maximize our student athletes' development over their careers here at Simpson.
With the addition of the refuel station, it provides a nutritional opportunity to help meet the physical and mental demands of being a student athlete.
Over the past several years, we've become more and more transactional in our industry, and that's not who we are at EMC. We truly believe that people come first, whether it's our employees or our policyholders or our agency partners, and we are genuine and authentic. We live that every day.
Up and just felt right, phone blown like a tailpipe. Today's schedule airtight, I turn a short day into a long night. See you soon if you got the heart. Meet you outside Rain Park. Hurry up if it's getting dark. We don't say much and that says a lot. Hop into that old band, drive through that road ends. Good time with some old friends. I got just a thing if you so tense. Burn one, let's go do some. She got me stoned as Medusa. Zoned out with a blank stare. I'm looking into the future. Hold up, ain't nothing gonna hold us. Put the devil to the side, got an angel on my shoulder, and I'm like, finally let go, I ain't worried about a thing, I just like to keep it mellow, yeah, I like to keep it mellow. I drink and keep it mellow, every day I keep it mellow.
Welcome inside Coles Fieldhouse in Indianola, Iowa for Simpson Storm Women's Basketball. I'm Austin Burns, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game, and we got a great one in hand for the Storm home opener. welcoming to the court the Wisconsin Eau Claire Blue Golds. And no, you are not seeing double. This is another Storm Blue Golds matchup. We just came off of one in the Bruce Wilson Shootout Championship game just an hour ago, and we got these two schools squaring off again. Great to have you here on SimpsonAthletics.com. Simpson comes into today with a 2-0 record with wins last weekend against Alma and Wheaton, where they crushed Wheaton in the championship game at their tournament, 74-47. The Storm 2-0 overall. Maddox DeVault leading the way, 19.5 points per game. Ella Anderson, we're going to see her name a lot here in the broadcast, 16 points, 6 rebounds, and Carson Jacks comes in averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds for this Storm team that we know they're going to play great defense, pressure defense. They're going to shoot a lot of threes. They're going to be up and down action. This is going to be a fun one here today. And for the Blue Golds, they come into tonight with a 3-2 record overall, 1-1 on the road. They have wins over Lakeland, St. Benedict, and St. Scholastica on the season, including some big ones there. Lakeland and St. Scholastica were 25, 30-point wins for them. This is a winning program from head to toe. Great matchup here. Legendary coaches, we'll touch on that here in a few minutes. But we are about set for Storm women's basketball home opener here, just 40 seconds away. We will come back with starting lineups after the national anthem. Keep it here. You're watching Storm versus Blue Golds women's basketball on SimpsonAthletics.com. And welcome back inside Coles Fieldhouse. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting team, the Eau Claire Blue Golds. A sophomore guard, number 11, Britta DeMar. a senior guard, number 22, Rihanna Hutchinson. A senior guard, number 24, Kyla Overski. A sophomore forward, number 30, Delaney Nyenheis. And a freshman forward, number 31, Olivia Witkowski. The Blue Golds come into today 3-1 record overall. I apologize, I said a 3-2 record earlier. They have an exhibition game in there that's still showing up in the stats against Minnesota State. So 3-1 overall record. Now let's go ahead and meet the starting lineup for your Simpson Storm. A 5'6" senior guard, number 10, Maddox DeVault. A 5'6" sophomore guard, number 12, Carson Jacks. A 5'11" junior forward, number 24, Doran Pop. A 5'11" sophomore forward, number 42, Ella Anderson. And a 5'11" sophomore guard, number 44, Taylor Hansen. The Storm are coached by Brian Nemeth in his 39th season. And you want to talk about a legendary coaching matchup. We got one here in store. Nemeth in his 39th season coaching the Blue Golds, as always, is Tonya England in her 26th season. These two, it's harder to find, I think, a more winning combination than these two coaches here on this very floor tonight in all of college basketball across the country. These two have combined for a grand total of 1,113 wins in their careers. I'll go ahead and repeat that number because that's just absurd. 1,113 wins on the floor here today. I saw the two coaches talking pregame. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear what they were talking about. They have forgotten more about basketball than you, me, and everyone else in this building will ever know about this game. Great matchup in store, two great programs, and we are underway. The Blue Golds take control, and this is going to be a fast-paced game, folks. Buckle in. We are ready. Shot off the mark for the Blue Golds to start, but they get the offensive rebound. Bounces off a couple feet. No kick ball called. And now it's going to be a blocking foul on the Storm. Number 44, Taylor Hansen, called for the foul. Rihanna Hutchinson had that shot. Witkowski with the offensive board. Now the Blue Golds roll back into their set. At the top, Overski has the screen, uses it, gets to the elbow, the shot, no good. Offensive rebound once again, down low. Nyenheis, the transfer out of Oregon, collects the board and the bucket. First points of the game go the Blue Golds' way. And now they get a steal on the first possession for the Storm. Quick transition, three is good. Kyla Overski strikes the senior out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. But right back the other way goes the Storm. But that ball is blocked down low by Witkowski. The 6-foot freshman forward uses every single inch of that frame to knock that one away. 5-0 start for Eau Claire. And it will be Storm ball in a tough inbound position in the corner. Taking it will be Carson Jacks. Swings it out to Hansen at the top, who gives it back to Jackson. Now the Storm will roll into their offense. 15 on the shot clock. Storm turnover in their first possession, looking for their first points on the board. Nearly a tie-up. Jacks having trouble with it, but it's going to be a foul called. And a bailout foul with only 7 seconds on the clock. Storm didn't have much going there. Foul is called on Overski, her first. So one foul apiece each. Jacks will get it. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Out wide, Hansen. And we see a zone defense, a 2-1-2 zone defense from the Blue Golds. That shot misses everything. Offensive rebound, put back up for Hansen. No good. She gets her own miss, wrestles it away from everybody, including her own teammate. Now out wide, shot. That one partially tipped from Pop. And the Blue Golds come down with it. So a good defensive start for Eau Claire here in the early goings. Step back three on the way, off the side iron, no good. Blue Golds reset. Looking to go down low. They do the foul. And that will send Olivia Witkowski to the line. Foul goes on the Storm's Doran Pop, her first. Taylor Hansen will head to the bench for Simpson. And Ellie Street will check in for substitution of the game as the first free throw goes down as well. 6-0 run to start for the Blue Golds. Second one on the way, up and in. 7-0 lead. Now some pressure being shown. Storm break it, nearly give it away. Street with it at the top of the key. Interesting story on Ellie Street. Man, what an athlete she is. And as Maddox DeVault sinks the first bucket for the Storm and allows Simpson to set up their full court press defense, and that's exactly what it does. Forces turnovers, gets teams sped up just a little too quick, and we see the effects of it on the first possession. But going back to Ellie Street, the senior out of Ankeny, man, she can do just about everything, not just on the basketball court, but she's a standout on the soccer pitch for the Simpson Storm. Does it all around for Simpson. I don't know how she does it, coming straight off of the pitch right onto the basketball court, and immediately is one of the best players on the court. It is truly impressive watching her year in and year out. Shame that this is her final season. Hansen back in for the Storm. Second foul called on the Blue Golds. 7:30 here in the first quarter. Out wide, Street dribbles into the elbow, gives it back to Hansen. Hansen out to Street. Street now works baseline. Splits the defenders, pass inside. Great interior passing to find Ella Anderson, the 5'11 sophomore forward from Kansas. And now the Storm set back up that press. And the Blue Golds able to handle it this time. Now come all the way down. Had numbers, nearly turn it over, but reset at the top of the key. Hutchinson down low, pass nearly stolen away, and now it is on the loose ball, and the Storm have it going the other way. Corner three, DeVault. That one banked off of the rim and out, and the Blue Golds haul it down 7-4. And there's going to be some back and forth action here. Great basketball in store. Deep three all the way out, but no good. Ellie Street tracks it down, and now the Storm coming the other way with it. Carson Jacks gets into the paint, dribbles, nearly loses it, now does. Flipping it right back to the Blue Golds, and they take it the other way. And at the top, Nyenheis. DeMar, back out. Hutchinson, shot, no good. Gets her own miss and puts it back in. So the offensive rebounding right now for the Blue Golds, the difference maker in this one. They've made a couple baskets off of that, but the Storm, they do what they do best. Quick transition buckets. Ellie Street, if you're a defender, you have to have your head on a swivel because there's always going to be someone for the Storm waiting under the basket for the ball. Blue Golds break the press, come up the court. Sidestep shot, no good from Hutchinson, and Hansen in the Storm haul it in, bringing it the other way. 3-point game, 5:20 here to go in the first quarter. Shot all the way down the lane, no good. Storm get the ball back. Second chance opportunity for Taylor Hansen, and she converts and brings it back to a 1-point game. So after a quick start for the Blue Golds, we have a 7-0 run. It's now an 8-2 run going the other way for Simpson. In the paint. That ball gets away. Storm get another turnover. Taking it up. They have numbers if they want it. They do. They take it all the way to the glass, but not able to finish is Ella Anderson. She won't miss too many shots like that. The sophomore standout can really do a lot of damage. And coming into tonight, averaging 16 points a game and 6 rebounds. You're going to hear her name quite a bit here on the broadcast tonight. Corner three on the way. No good from DeMar, and it's going to be a foul on Eau Claire on the rebound. Substitutions coming in for both sides. Looks like 4 new faces on the court for the Blue Golds. 2 new ones for the Storm as well. Morgan Christensen getting her name called early, bringing the ball up the court. Christensen down low, wide open was Reagan Grimsley, but the ball is knocked out. They're going to say last touched by the Blue Golds. Kaylee Tolekta whistled for the last touch on it. Blue Golds wanted that one to go the other way. 17 on the shot clock, 4:13 to go. Storm off the inbound. It's a roll for Ellie Street. She gets a full head of steam, but a foul called, a bailout foul. And I think Ellie Street would like that one back. That's not a shot she misses very often. But 4th foul already on Eau Claire. Tolichka called for the foul, her first, as Ellie Street calmly knocks down the free throw. I mean, small sample size for the Storm, but it's something they definitely want to improve on, and they will as more opportunities come. But free throw shooting, 67% to start the year, but Ellie Street raises that percentage right there with 2 makes. And now the Blue Golds going the other way with it. Driving baseline. Well, the foul is called. Overski with the ball. Foul is going to be called on Ellie Street, her first. 4 minutes exactly here in the first quarter. Storm with their first lead of the game after trailing early, 7-0. And a nice effort there from Simpson's Morgan Christian, sophomore guard out of Sioux Rapids, Iowa, I should say. Nearly getting the save in bounds. Paige Culler to inbound for the Blue Golds. At the top, Macy Miller. Over to Keller. And the Blue Golds swing it around. Keller once again, now far side. Tolekta up the middle, loses that ball. Is Macy Miller. It's going to be a jump ball on the floor. Possession arrow favors Simpson. That is going to go as a turnover on the Blue Golds. And checking in for Simpson for the first time today is Macy Gaskill. Graduate from Urbandale, Iowa. Storm, great execution off of the roll. And nearly a turnover. Macy Gaskill immediately comes into the game, gets her number called on the play. And it is a 12-2 run for Simpson. So a game of runs here in the first quarter. Eau Claire with an early 7-0 lead. Simpson has stormed back, pun intended. And another turnover for the Blue Golds. Simpson starting to take full control of this one. Driving into the lane, loses it, out of control was Grimsley. And the dead ball will go to the Blue Golds off the possession arrow. More pressure again from the Storm. Blue Golds, nice job to break it. Pass up the court underneath the basket was Emily Vogel. She's going to be fouled. 4th team foul on the Storm. Grimsley called for it, her first. So 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Both teams now in the bonus. Off of the inbounds play. Outside shot, 3-pointer on the way and in. Paige Keller, senior guard out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, with the basket. Ties this one up at 12. And another tie-up inside the paint. And that one will stay with the Storm, though, on the possession arrow. And Lily Duckman, the senior guard out of Elk Grove Village, Illinois, checks into the game. And Duckman once again getting her number called right away. Off the curl. Can't get that one to finish. Deep three, another one on the way. No good. A couple times we've seen Overski just pull up from 5 feet beyond the marker. Another turnover inside by the Storm. Blue Gold's going the other way with it quick. Keller gives it back up to DeMar. And getting them feet moving just a little too quick is Overski. And she will commit to travel and a turnover. So both teams trying to get settled in as a very quick tempo team. That's what they like to see out of their opponents. They want to speed them up, get them out of the rhythm. Well, both teams want to play quick here. So hard to speed up your opponent when they're used to this. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. All knotted up, 12 apiece. And that's going to be a foul, and that will send Carson Jacks to the line. Emily Vogel called for her first. Carson Bauman, sophomore forward from Wisconsin, checking in for the Blue Golds. First one up and in for Jacks. Her first points of the evening. And second one up, no good. DeMar over to Bauman. Back to DeMar. Has the shooter in the corner and gets it over to Keller, who is fouled immediately by Ella Anderson. And that's the kind of foul right there that a coaching staff not happy with. Away from the basket, no movement towards the rim, and commit the foul and give up free throws. Minute 47 to go. Simpson leading Eau Claire 13-12. Paige Keller's first one on the way is good. Second attempt up short off the iron. Strong rebound from the Storm. That was Doran Pop with the board. And Pop now at the top, directing traffic. Duckman gets swarmed, double team, finds the outlet. Pop driving, baseline, had to try and go up. Her shot's deflected. Storm get it back though, 7 on the shot clock. Near side, now swinging it out wide. Duckman drives, baseline shot, no good. And a great defensive stand from the Blue Golds. Now they look to push the other way. Down low. And shot, no good. And a tie up, and I think that's going to be a jump ball, and it is. Possession arrow favors the Blue Gold, so the ball will stay down on that side of the court. So it'll be Britta DeMar to inbound. Into the corner. Shot on the way. Three-pointer is good. Paige Keller strikes. Now with 7 points already in the early goings of this one. 16-13, Blue Gold's lead. Storm, can they answer? Duckman tries to get the ball down low to Grimsley. Maybe a Blue Gold's got a hand in there to deflect it, but no call, and it's a turnover on the Storm. 43-14. They could go for a quick 2-for-1, and I think it's going to be more about breaking the press here. They go up the court, and will now settle in and look for their shot. About a 12-13 second differential on the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Shot outside, no good. Offensive rebound once again, but the putback can't go. Storm pushing it the other way, and they're going to call a foul. I did not see that one, but they're going to call the foul on Hutchinson. Looked like She just got contact on the ball. They're going to say she clipped maybe the wrist of Macy Gaskill, but either way will send Gaskill to the line with 17 seconds left and misses the front end of the double bonus. Second one up and no good. Free throw woes continuing for Simpson here in the first quarter of this game. Now Blue Gold's chance here for the final shot. 8 seconds on the clock. Going to work DeMar. Gives it up to Hutchinson. Back to DeMar. 3 on the clock. Shot up. No good. Back iron. That one rims out. And that will do it here in the first quarter. Eau Claire taking the early 16-13 lead. You're watching Storm Basketball on SimpsonAthletics.com. And welcome back inside Coles Fieldhouse for second quarter action between the Blue Golds and the Storm. Some first quarter stats here. Leading the way for Eau Claire is Paige Keller with 7 points on 2 made threes. Ellie Street leading the way for the Storm, 4 points. Taylor Hansen, 2 points, 3 rebounds as well. Second quarter action underway. Storm with the ball first to begin. Off the curl. Can't find the look at the rim, so Storm swing it back out. Street at the top with it. DeVault, 8 on the shot clock. Finds her teammate in the corner, Hansen. She drives to the lane and up and in. The sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska connects and give her 4 points now on the night. And quick outlet going the other way. Blue Gold's shot no good. Overski had a wide open look, just couldn't quite get it to fall. Down low, great high-low pass from the Storm. Maddox DeVault with the assist. And then Ellie Street with the score. Correction, make that Ella Anderson, with the score. Shot on the way, three-pointer, can they answer? No. Anderson rips down the board, strong rebound. And now Simpson pushing it the other way. DeVault in the corner, turnaround jumper, tough shot, no good. And that's going to be a foul called on Hansen. And I believe that is her second of the game. At the 8:41 mark here in the second quarter. So quick 4 points for Simpson here in the second quarter. Has them back on top by 1. Shot right into the arms of a Storm defender, but it's going to be a foul, and that's going to send Olivia Witkowski to the line, the freshman out of Wisconsin, Fremont, Wisconsin. And she will head to the line. Chance to put her Blue Golds back on top. 2 fouls in the early goings for the Storm here in quarter number 2. First one is up and in. Second one is no good. Another offensive rebound for Eau Claire, and that one has Coach Nemeth upset, raises the hands going, what are we doing? But quickly on the other end, he's got to be happy with that response. Ella Anderson running the floor, getting the points, and now the Storm with a chance to trap in the corner. Nearly turned over, and now it is wide open. Layup is good for Carson Jacks. The ball just kind of squirted out to her, and she was just in the right place at the right time underneath the basket for an easy two. Shot on the way, no good. Anderson rips down the board, and the Storm coming the other way. Now quick outlet pass, had the cutting Doran Pop to the basket, just couldn't quite handle the pass. And the Storm lead 21-19. Like I said, buckle up, folks. This is nonstop, coast-to-coast action here inside Coles Fieldhouse tonight. 3-ball on the way on the outside from Overski, and she connects her second made basket of the evening. She was 1 of 8. Before that, 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. Finally gets one to fall and puts her Blue Golds back on top by 1. Jacks kicks it back out to Pop. Now Jacks once again. 10 on the shot clock, has time. Finds Pop once more. Jacks again. Now 5 on the clock. They're going to have to go quick. Ella Anderson. She's just going to have to put one up. Hits back iron. Nearly tracks down her own miss. When a strong board gets it back going the other way. Layup in transition is good for Hutchinson, the senior guard. Hometown product out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Getting it done and has her Blue Golds back on top by 3. And nearly turned over from Simpson. Street, down low, shot, no good. And they're going to say over the back by Anderson. Her second, team's third. That's going to send Anderson to the bench. Substitutions on both sides. 6:47 to go, back and forth action. We expect nothing less out of these two legendary coaches. Going to have their names retired in the Hall of Fame one day. Just how many more wins do they want to rack up in their careers? That one flicked back to the Storm after trying to save it inbounds. Storm coming the other way. It's Ellie Street with the ball. Near side. Shot up. No good. Leah Weaver checking into the game. Gets her first shot attempt. Overski looking for some help. Finds it. Now they go down low. Back out to the corner. Up top. 6 on the shot clock. Miller's going to have to make something work here, and she's going to get bailed out on the foul. 3 seconds just left on the shot clock. So great job from Macy Miller to make something out of nothing. So fresh 20 on the shot clock. Shooter in the corner, and they find her. Hutchinson for 3, no good. Street rips down the rebound and heads the other way. Street. And miscommunication between Street and Christian. And Street was expecting Christian to go more to the corner on that one. Turnover for the Storm. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Storm backing off on the pressure. When the Blue Golds bring this up, they will set the zone. 3-2 zone. 3 on the way, no good, rims out. Street with another rebound. Uses the screen, Street does, nearly gets tied up, but loses the ball on the tie-up. Blue Golds coming the other way with it. Overski hands it off. Great transition layup. Lateka with the easy basket, and that is unselfish basketball right there. 3 on the way from Weaver, and the Storm respond. And Simpson needed that one. Leah Weaver comes in. And that is going to be a timeout called by the Blue Golds. 4:57 to go in the second quarter. Blue Gold's leading 26-24. You're watching Storm basketball on SimpsonAthletics.com. And out of the timeout, it will be Blue Gold's basketball. Overski and Hutchinson, we're going to see their names called quite a bit. They have 19 shots already and struggling to get going. They've combined for 10 points, just 4 of 19 from shooting. But the plus side is you're up by 2 with 2 of your best scorers not yet to click in the offensive rhythm. And the Blue Golds now an opportunity to expand on this lead. Miller gives it up to the top. And driving in, shot no good. Weaver with the rebound, and the Storm take it the other way. Shooter in the corner is DeVault. She's going to get it, fire it up, no good. That one knocked out of play by Overski, and it will stay with the Storm. DeVault again, spinning, shot, out of control, but able to get the miss. Weaver back out, now DeVault driving baseline. That one tipped away and stolen by Keller. Good defense using that baseline as basically a second defender, walling up DeVault and giving her nowhere to go on that outlet pass. So 2 great offensive teams, but defense also playing a big part here to start, as it is once again, Paige Keller, senior, really connecting on all cylinders right now. 4 of 4 from the field, 9 points. Doing it all. 3 of 3 from the field, 9 points. First foul called on the Blue Golds. Foul is called on Telekta, her second. First on the Blue Golds in this quarter, but free throws coming up for DeVault. First one up and in for the senior from Greenfield, Iowa. Played at Nottoway Valley High School. Connects on both. And Lily Duckman will return to the game in place of DeVault. Storm looking the trap. Blue Golds do a nice job to break it. And now we'll look to reset the offense. In the paint, spinning around her defender and getting the bucket is Telekta. Her 4th point of the game as her Blue Golds up by 4. Carson Jacks responds with the basket on the other side. Brings it back to a 2-point game. Three in the corner on the way from Overski. No good, but it is once again Paige Keller having herself a night. Gets the offensive rebound and the putback. First player to double digits in this one with 11 now. Street down low to Pop. Her shot up and in. Both sides going back and forth right now. No one picks up Miller as she goes right to the elbow, but can't get that one to fall on the open jumper. Storm coming the other way. Duckman, 3 on the way. No good. Or off the side of the iron. And Miller will slow down the offense. A little over 2 minutes to go until halftime. Eau Claire leading 32-30 over Simpson in the Storm's home opener here in the 25-26 season. glad to have you all with us tonight. Great nifty move inside, but just quite can't get the finish. But the offensive rebound, but that one can't go as well, and it will stay with the Blue Golds. Emily Vogel had a great look inside. Good feet, get around her defender, just couldn't quite finish the play. Ball in the corner, nearly stripped away by DeVault. Back to the shooter, no good. And the Storm have it and will look to push the tempo up the court. And trailing in transition is Emily Vogel, and she comes away with the steal. Well, a lot of teams will call the Wolf or the Hawk. Coming right down the court, looking for that back pass. Comes away with it, and that leads to an open three for Paige Keller, and she just continues to rain down points on the Storm. Give her 14 now on the day. Shot inside does not fall for Carson Jacks, but she'll be heading to the line for two. Well, Paige Keller coming into today's game, averaging only 2.2 points per game. I find that very hard to believe. She is just putting on a show here in the first half. 14 points. And she heads to the bench for a well-deserved rest. As Jax hits the first one, second one on the way, no good. 4-point lead, minute 12 left on the clock. See how much time the Blue Golds want to zap off the clock here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Rotating around the screen is Overski. She uses it to her advantage, gets down into the paint, and draws the foul. I'll be heading to the charity stripe. Great use of that screen. Again, a lot of players think the moment that screen gets set, you got to go around it at full speed. Sometimes that's what you want to do. Sometimes it's great just go around the screen, see what the defense is giving you, reading it, seeing that there's a lane to the basket, and then taking it. Great play there from Kyla Overski. She knocks down the first free throw, second one up, and good. 1 minute left, Storm trailing by 6. Play's been called out. Let's see what the Storm run. Gaskill down low to pop. That one blocked. And I believe that was Witkowski with the block. But then Witkowski called for the foul. Third on the team. So no free throws for the Storm. No harm there. Outside of it being her second foul, so she will check out of the game here for the final 45 seconds, I would presume. Make sure she doesn't pick up that key third foul. Off the inbound, great play from the Storm. DeVault finds Pop on the open, cut to the basket. Shot up and in. Quick response from Emily Vogel. She knocks it down, brings the lead back out to 6. Storm, no shot clock, so they could hold for the final shot. Let's see if they do it. Well, they just go for the best look they get. Pop at the top. She rolls all the way down. Can't get it to fall. Now the Blue Golds with an opportunity here. 10 seconds on the clock. DeMar with it. 5 to go. Rolls to her right. Picks up the dribble. Finds an open teammate right in the middle of the paint. But can't complete it. Well, non-stop coast-to-coast action here in the opening half that sees Wisconsin-Eau Claire on top 39-33. You're watching Storm basketball here on SimpsonAthletics.com. We will be back in about 10 minutes with breakdown of the first half. Look forward to the second half and what is all in stores. We watch more Storm versus Blue Golds basketball on SimpsonAthletics.com.
got me falling hard. Sweet baby, you got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before. You know it's true. And still, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
Our staff has always expressed the importance of taking a holistic approach when it comes to athletic development, obviously with nutrition playing a very big piece to that. So we believe the addition of this refuel station and our nutritionist is really going to help us maximize our student athletes' development over their careers here at Simpson.
With the addition of the refuel station, it provides a nutritional opportunity to help meet the physical and mental demands of being a student athlete.
Over the past several years, we've become more and more transactional in our industry, and that's not who we are at EMC. We truly believe that people come first, whether it's our employees or our policyholders or our agency partners, and we are genuine and authentic. We live that every day.
Woke up and just felt right. Phone blown like a tailpipe. Today's schedule airtight. I turn a short day into a long night. See you soon if you got the heart. Meet you outside Rainy Park. Hurry up if it's getting dark. Won't say much and that says a lot. Hop into that old band. Drive through that road ends. Good time with some old friends. I got just a thing if you so tense. Burn one, let's go do some. She got me stoned as Medusa. Zoned out with a blank stare. I'm looking into the future. Hold up, ain't nothing gonna hold us. Put the devil to the side. Got an angel on my shoulder. And I'm like, finally let go. I ain't worried about a thing. I just like to keep it mellow. Yeah, I like to keep it mellow. I drink and keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow.
And welcome back inside Coles Fieldhouse. Second half action between Wisconsin Eau Claire and the Simpson Storm coming up in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and break down first half stats. First for Simpson, they finished with 33 points in the half. led by Carson Jackson, Ella Anderson with 6, and then 4 other players with 4 points each. It's been an all-around effort for the Storm in the offensive category, shooting 13 of 32 from the field, good for a 40.6 clip, 1 of 5 from beyond the arc, and 6 of 10 at the line. For the Blue Golds, it has been the Paige Keller show so far, nearly perfect in the first half. 14 points, 5 of 6 shooting, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, along with 2 rebounds. Brianna Hutchinson with 4 points and 6 boards as well. As a team, Eau Claire shooting 14 of 39 from the field, good for about 36%. 5 of 17 from beyond the arc, about 30%, and 6 of 8 at the free throw line. But the keys to the game here so far have been points on turnovers and second chance opportunities. Simpson just getting controlled in both facets of the game, as Eau Claire has scored 21 points on 11 turnovers by the Storm, and also 13-4 edge for the Blue Golds in second chance opportunities. Doing a great job on the offensive boards has been Eau Claire. They finished with 10 offensive rebounds, 10 of their 23 coming on the offensive end. So if the Storm are going to want to get back into this one and put a W in the win column, they're going to have to do it by controlling the offensive glass and limiting their turnovers. And if you're a Blue Golds fan, Paige Keller, you want her to keep doing what she's doing, having a heck of a first half. But also, some of your bigger scorers, Overski and Hutchinson, they really haven't gotten it going. I mean, Overski does have 8 points on, with 2 of those 3-pointers helping her out quite a bit. But those 2 have combined for 4 of 23 from the field. So you look at it glass half full, 2 of your better scorers haven't gotten going, but at the same time, you're also up by 6. The rest of the team stepping up, converting on those turnovers and second chance opportunities. And that has led us here to quarter number 3. 10 minutes back up on the clock. 39-33, and we are underway. Home opener for the Storm here in Coles Fieldhouse. Good crowd on hand. Storm, first offensive look here in the second half. The vault. Swings it over. Jax now drives lane, finds the vault, fakes the shot, gets in for a better look. Can't quite get that one to fall in. And it is a defensive rebound for the Blue Golds, and they quickly push it up the court. And find in transition. Nienhuis can't get that one to go, but it's another offensive board and another second chance opportunity for the Blue Golds. Witkowski puts that one in. 3 on the way, no good. Defensive rebound, Overski. And the Blue Golds taking it the other way, up now by 8. Getting it down low, Witkowski. She goes to her right-hand side and converts again. So hot start for the freshman forward from Fremont, Wisconsin. Offensive rebound and 4 points already for her here in the third quarter. Shot is no good, but the foul is committed, and will send Taylor Hansen to the line. Oh, and a big foul called there as Olivia Witkowski picks up her 3rd foul of the game. And I think that is going to bring some support off of the bench. She's having a great start here to this third quarter, but you don't want her to pick up a 4th foul already. Just a minute and change into the third quarter. Second one on the way is good for Hansen. And with that 3rd foul, Witkowski will go to the bench. Kaylee Telekta back in for the Blue Golds. Storm pressure was able to give the Blue Golds some fits, but then they made some nice adjustments, and so far that hasn't really been a thorn in their side after they made those adjustments, breaking the Storm pressure. And now a foul by Doran Pop, first of the quarter for Simpson. Britta DeMar to inbound. Down low, layup is good. Nyenheis picks up another one. And it's going to be a quick timeout by Brian Nemeth. Wants to have a conversation with his team, not the start he wanted. It is 45-34. Eau Claire leading here in the home opener for your Simpson Storm. You're watching on SimpsonAthletics.com. And welcome back inside Coles Fieldhouse. Third game of a triple header. We had men's basketball action here to start us off this afternoon with two games in the Bruce Wilson Shootout. Championship game featured these two schools, Simpson and Eau Claire, where it was the Blue Golds coming away victorious in that one, and they're looking to make it a clean sweep. Storm can't convert on their chance down low. Ella Anderson with a good look, just quite can't finish. .15 on the shot clock. Ball swings around. Good ball movement by the Blue Golds. DeMar into the paint, lays it up and in. The sophomore guard out of Oak Grove, Minnesota, converts again. And the Storm now looking at a 13-point deficit. Inside pass, great look from DeVault. Finds her teammate. And the Storm get a much-needed basket. Now on the defensive end for the Storm. Need to come up with a stop, but they can't. Great interior passing. And the Blue Golds find Overski. So the Blue Golds answer right back after the first make. And a turnover from the Storm. Blue Golds heading the other way. 3-on-2. They have the numbers, and they find the right play in transition. Overski once again with another one. Storm nearly turn it over again. And a foul is called. Blue Gold's not happy about that one. Tolechka called for the foul. Her third. So both Witkowski and Tolechka with 3 fouls. That's going to force the Blue Golds a little bit deeper into their bench. But currently sitting with a 15-point lead at the 6:43 mark here in the third quarter. First one up and in for Carson Jacks. 7 points. Make it 8 points. Now the team leader in points for the Storm. More pressure shown here by Simpson. Well, nice work by the Blue Golds. Break it all the way down. Shot can't go in. And it's going to be a foul called on Eau Claire. Emily Vogel called for the foul, her second. Storm still looking to get their footing here on the offensive end, and the miscues continue. Another turnover for Simpson. Eau Claire currently outscoring Simpson here in this third quarter, 12-5, and expanding this lead to 13. Near side, swinging up top, dribbling, and easy basket. Nyenheis with an easy basket. And Ellie Street and the Storm quickly strike right back. Again, your head isn't on a swivel in this transition. The Storm will find the open player. But the effort's got to pick up on the defensive end if you're a Simpson fan. It's going to be hard to bring a comeback if you can't stop this Blue Gold's offense. A little bit of a zone look for the Storm, but great interior passing from the Blue Golds. And that forces another timeout by Nemeth and company, and the Storm will talk this one over. So far, it's all Wisconsin-Eau Claire, 55-40 here on the Simpson Athletic Network. Well, in the first half for Eau Claire, it was all Paige Keller, but she hasn't had to do much here in the third quarter. Kyla Overski has really picked up the scoring, now up to 12 points on the game. Keller and Overski combining for 26 points. Leading two scores for the Blue Gold. Simpson out of the timeout. The vault in the corner, thought about the three. Now gets it, Ella Anderson. Her shot is good. And what a ball player Ella Anderson is. We saw her in her freshman campaign last year. Really showed a lot of flashes, but that Storm team was loaded top to bottom. Great outside shooting on that team. Now this year, Ella Anderson, the focus point of the offense down low. She picks up on a nice basket there. 8 points for her. Vogel hands it off to Hutchinson. Gives it over to Miller. She drives down the lane and in. And the Blue Golds just continue to respond to every punch that the Storm throw. Ella Anderson down low, and there she is again. Great hands reading that pass. And puts it up and in. But now the Storm need to get a stop on the defensive end, trailing by 13. Macy Miller directing traffic, the freshman guard out of Bloomington, Minnesota. Bloomington Kennedy High School product. Shot down low and another basket. Emily Vogel responds. Under 4 to go here in the third quarter. DeVault, her three on the way and good. Simpson needed that one off the assist from Carson Jacks. So the offense starting to get going for Simpson. Can the defense pick up with it? Miller resets the offense, 20 on the shot clock. Hutchinson back out top, deep three, Overski. She is not afraid to shoot it, and she shows why. Deep range from Overski, the senior out of Maple Grove, has just put it all together here in the third quarter, now up to 15 points, leading all scorers, her third triple of the game. And that has Eau Claire on top, 62-47, 3:22 left in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Storm Basketball on SimpsonAthletics.com. And welcome back inside Coles Fieldhouse. And if you didn't catch us at the beginning of the game, I just want to go ahead and highlight again the amazing coaches we have on the sidelines here in this one. Tonya England for Eau Claire in her 26th season and head coach of the Storm, Brian Nemeth, in his 39th season. Those two have combined for over 65 seasons in college basketball, something you don't see very often, and a whopping 1,113 wins between these two. I think it 1-1, 1-4 after today for these two coaches. Absolute legends in this industry. Great to get them on the court together. Back to action here. Storm now with the basketball. Ellie Street with it. DeVault now into the lane, out wide. 3 on the way is good. Taylor Hansen, 5'11" sophomore guard, connects on the triple, pulls it to within 12. Storm's offense really starting to get going. The defense needs to find their rhythm as well, as Hansen called for the kick ball. 24 on the shot clock. .226 to go here in the third quarter. Overski and Keller leading the way in the scoring column, 15 and 14 respectively. Ella Anderson and Taylor Hansen both with 10 for the Storm. And in the offensive end, down low, pass, shot up, can't get it to fall is Vogel, but the Blue Golds get the offensive rebound again. Out wide, 3 on the way, DeMar, she can't connect. And that will be last off of the Blue Golds. And Simpson comes up with a stop that they needed. You'd like to see over these next 2 minutes start dwindling the score down to about 7 or 8. Get some momentum going into the fourth quarter if you're a Storm fan. Backdoor pass. Ball up. Can't quite connect. That was Kiera McCormick. First time we've called her name on the broadcast here today. She got a look. Couldn't quite finish. Down low, inside move. Great footwork by Delaney Nyanheis. I mean, all around. You can see the flashes are there. 6'1" sophomore forward. A lot of athleticism on the floor for the Blue Golds. 3 on the way, no good. Putback opportunity, quite can't connect for McCormick. And it's going to be a jump ball off the miss. Ball will go the way of Eau Claire off the possession arrow. Well, the Storm will show a lot of pressure on this inbounds play. Wachowski back into the game for the Blue Golds. And she will take the inbound. Storm with their patented full court press. That one knocked out of play, and now be a harder spot to inbound the ball right in front of the Storm bench. But an easy break for the Blue Golds, and now a breakout opportunity, and they convert. Well, they use the press against the Storm as Simpson overhelps and leads to the open layout. Back now to a 16-point lead. And another turnover from Simpson. Claire going the other way with it. Down low. Ball kicked out, I think touched by the Storm. So no over and back. That is going to be Blue Golds basketball. Ava Levings checks into the game for the Storm, a sophomore guard out of Kansas City, Missouri. Played at Liberty North. Gets her first looks here today. 37 seconds on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock. So the Storm will get another opportunity. Storm in a 2-1 or a 2-3 zone. Great look, finds the open shooter, just quite can't connect, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Storm. So Simpson comes up on the defensive end with a stop. Now can they get a basket before we head to the fourth quarter? Carson Bauman back into the game for the Blue Golds on this final possession. Ellie Street takes the ball up the court. Ella Anderson ready to set the screen. Street doesn't use it, goes around, lays it up. Tough shot. Ella Anderson crashing the boards, gets the offensive rebound, the putback, and one opportunity with 3.7 on the clock. Well, what a great play. Ella Anderson just kind of faked the screen, sits back and waits as Ellie Street crashes. I believe all 5 Blue Golds crashed on Street, converging on her, and no one checking in on Ella Anderson. Easy put back and the layup. So big time play for the Storm. Can she make it a 3-point play off the back iron? Gets back to Anderson. She puts it up in time. No good, though, on the second chance. But we head to the fourth quarter. Eau Claire leading the Storm 66-52. You're watching Storm basketball on SimpsonAthletics.com. Final 10 minutes of action inside Coles Fieldhouse. A triple header of basketball on this very court here today. 5 games in about a 24-hour span. 4 of them coming on the men's side in the Bruce Wilson shootout. Eau Claire looking to sweep the Storm here on their home court. They already took the men's title in the championship game right before this one. Looking to claim a victory here tonight, on a good path to do it. Up 66-52. Final 10 minutes of action now underway. Storm with the basketball first. Jacks over into the corner for Hanson. Hanson's floater up and in. Just the start the Storm needed. Now setting up the full court press. Hanson leading the charge. Jacks walling up her player, nearly forces a turnover, and it's going to be a timeout on the floor with just 2 seconds left on that 10-second clock. And so good timeout. Again, veteran coach knowing with 2 seconds on the clock, her team on the verge of turning it over. Tonya England. And we've talked about a lot, these two coaches. I mean, if you're coming out of high school wanting to know what programs do I go to, where am I going to learn basketball the best, I mean, you have 2 of the best coaches in all of Division III history here on the court today. These 2 are absolute legends in the field. We are blessed to be able to see these 2 programs take each other on here tonight. Been a good one. Back and forth action from start to finish here. Another 9:27 to go. 2 seconds on the clock for the Blue Golds to try and get this ball over the half-court line. And they get it over. They cannot, and it's a 10-second violation. And the Storm defense picking up forcing the turnover, exactly what Coach Nemeth wanted out of the break. Quick basket and a turnover opportunity here to cut the score potentially back into single digits. Been a while since we've said that. At the top, Ella Anderson swings it over. Maddox DeVault now with it. Tries to go high-low with Anderson. Gets her defender in the air. Pump fakes and scores. Great play from Ella Anderson. Now up to 14 points. Leads all Storm scores. 9 minutes to go. It's a 10-point game. Near side, Hutchinson walled off by the Storm defense. Witkowski drives. She's fouled on her attempt, and that will send her to the line. Taylor Hansen with the foul, her third, team's first. First one is good for Witkowski. Second one, no good, but a lane violation called on the Storm. So another opportunity for Witkowski to convert. That one off the back iron, no good. Hansen with the rebound, and the Storm come the other way with it. Jacks into the corner with Weaver. Weaver drives into the paint. Finds the open Ella Anderson. Wide open three. Can't quite connect off the back iron. And the Blue Golds take it the other way. Hutchinson with it. Nearly had it stripped away, but a reach-in foul on Maddox DeVault. Second on the team. Leah Weaver will head back to the bench. Macy Gaskill onto the court. Graduate student. $18 on the shot clock. Blue Golds looking to try and get the ball down low. Instead, find Overski deep, and she connects again. What a second half it's been. Give her now 20 points on the evening, leads all scores. After a quiet first half, she has been on fire here in the second half. And now an offensive foul on Carson Jacks. Her first. And a tough break for the Storm. Third team foul on Simpson. Now coming the other way. Wide open layup. The defense just collapses. And Rihanna Hutchinson, the senior guard out of Eau Claire, with an easy basket. A little miscommunication from the Storm in transition. Now a foul called on the baseline. Taylor Hansen bumped. Nain Heiss with the foul. Her second. First on the Blue Golds here. 7:37 to go in the fourth quarter of action. Three on the way, off the mark. Defensive rebound for the Blue Golds. Simpson's going to have to start coming up with back-to-back-to-back stops on the defensive end, and they're going to have to do a better job limiting the offensive rebounds. They just keep coming in bunches for the Blue Golds, and it is Overski once again scoring. Just been an absolute show. In the first half, it was Paige Keller. Now it's Kyla Overski. And Hansen fouled going up, and that will send her to the line. I believe that foul was on Britta DeMar.
That was on number 11, Britta DeMar. Her first team second. Taylor Hansen at the line.
Well, after watching the men's team and now the women's team, it feels like the recipe is the exact same on the offensive end. You shut down one player, they just have another 2 or 3. It's like playing whack-a-mole a little bit. They have so many weapons on the offensive end that can beat you in so many different ways. It is tough to game plan. Storm like to speed up their opponents and force them into turnovers. That has not happened here today. The Blue Golds well-versed in that kind of basketball as they like to play it as well. Some pressure here being shown from the Storm. And they nearly come away with the steal, and they do. Gaskill comes up with it in the corner, and it's going to be a foul now called. Oh, the announcers jinx strikes there. Talking about how great they are at being able to handle this pressure, and they have been all night. One of the few mistakes from Eau Claire here in the second half. Simpson going to need to start finding some points in a quick fashion. 3 on the way, no good. And last touched by Overski. A rare mistake for her here in the second half. She had that board, just kind of slipped out of her hands at the last second. So it'll be a fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Storm. Ella Anderson gets it at the high post. Hansen down low to DeVault. Thinks about it. Over to Gaskill now. 10 on the shot clock. Hansen goes to work, spinning in the lane. A lot of control, but bailed out with the foul.
Foul number 20. Haley Telechka, her fourth, team's fourth. Kayla Hansen at the line.
Tolichka called for the foul, her fourth, team's fourth, so that is going to force a substitution here. As Tolichka heads back to the bench, Emily Vogel checks back in. Vogel's had a good game as well, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 of 5 shooting on the night. And as the first one drops in for Hansen. Hansen now leading all Storm scorers with 15 points. And make it 16, along with 5 rebounds as well for Taylor Hansen. Blue Golds break the press, move it up the floor. DeMar with it, and settles it down, starts directing traffic. Well, Storm back into a zone offense. Anhei's calling for it in the middle of the zone. Now she gets it there in the middle of the paint, kicks it back out. Overski on the way, no good, and it's Duckman with the board, running the lane. Ella Anderson, man, she does such a great job at that. Being able to come all the way up, and it's Duckman the other way. She gets the steal, the bucket, and an and one opportunity. So just like that, blink of an eye, potential 5-point swing for the Storm. And a made free throw could cut this down to a single-digit lead. And a smart timeout, I think, by Eau Claire, as they want to talk about that one as their head just spun a little bit. As Simpson comes away with an Ella Anderson bucket, and then Lily Duckman making an impact play on the defensive end, getting the steal, the scoop, the score, and the foul. So 74-64 with 5:37 left to go here in this one. It's been an exciting day of basketball, and this one has not disappointed at all. Back and forth action, both sides, 100% effort at all times. Simpson shooting 24 of 54 from the field, 44% overall, 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. And for Eau Claire, they are 30 of 63, 47% from the field, 7 of 23 from beyond the arc for a 30% clip. Both teams struggling a little bit at the line, but not too bad. 13 of 19 for Simpson and 7 of 10 for Eau Claire. Well, the Storm have been getting what they've needed here in the last few minutes. Some better defense, efficient offense, and they're going to need more of that here, though. Trailing by 10. A free throw here could make it 9. But it all starts on the defensive end if they want to make a comeback here. Free throw, no good. Keller with the rebound, and the Blue Golds take over with 5:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Storm home opener here for the 25-26 season. Intense pressure from the Storm. Blue Golds doing a nice job to loop it around. They find Overstreet, but unable to connect. And now Storm have it going the other way. Ellie Street with it. Duckman now trying to get it down low to Anderson, but walled off. Hansen now will come over and take it inside the paint. Finds Street in the corner for a three. No good, back iron. And it's Overski once again with the board. Now with 6 rebounds on the night to go along with her 22 points. Can she add to it here? 15 on the shot clock. DeMar into the corner. Finds Keller. That's going to be a foul. So the Blue Golds drain some clock. 22 seconds off the clock before the foul committed by Simpson. Just the 4th team foul, so that was their last foul to give. Now both teams in the double bonus. It'll be DeMar to inbound right underneath the basket. Overski with it. Keller. Keller back again with it. 3 on the way. Good. Paige Keller hadn't scored at all here in the second half, but when her team needed her, she comes up with a big-time 3, answers right back. And now a steal for the Blue Golds going the other way. Witkowski with it. Dumps it off to her teammate. Keller gives it right back to her. Layup no good. And the Storm ripped down the board. And an opportunity for the Blue Golds goes unanswered. Duckman lays it up. Can't quite finish. Ella Anderson with the rebound. That's Pop with the shot. No good. And it's going to be a foul down on the floor. But either way, it's going to be free throws. And it's going to be free throws for the Storm. Britta DeMar with the foul. Her second. 3:50 to go. 13-point game. And it'll be Ellie Street at the line. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for Street on 2 of 5 shooting. Second one up, no good. Remember, it's on 1 of 2. Blue Golds clock is their best friend right now, looking to drain it as much as they can on each offensive possession. Fire up the shot, though. Get a good look. Why not? Nyenheis once again connects on the shot. Now up to 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Just 1 rebound away from the double-double. Ellie Street drives baseline. That one's blocked. Well, that one looked like a good block to me, but call goes the way of the Storm. Paige Keller called for the foul. And with 3:17 left to go, down by 14, every free throw is critical for the Storm. When that clock stopped, you have to get as many points as you can. First one up and in for Street, now up to 8 points. Second one up and good. And the importance about making that second one is it allows the Storm to set up this full court pressure defense. As Ellie Street will head to the bench to get a well-deserved rest. Weaver onto the floor for the Storm. And the Blue Golds break through the pressure. Now Overski loses the handle on it, and it's Jax going the other way. Weaver in the corner. Thought about the 3. Gives it back to Jax in the corner. Top to Pop. Now it's the vault. Her 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded down low by Nyenheis. And great interior passing, and that's how you beat the zone right there. Ladies and gentlemen, great inside passing. But flip side, other way, and it's Ella Anderson once again. Again, the Storm are so good at that, making opponents pay so quickly. But now opportunity here, 3-on-1 for the Blue Golds, and it's going to be a foul and some free throws coming up for Eau Claire. They lead 81-69, but take a step back to that last play. I mean, inside interior passing, that is the best way you are going to shut down a zone defense. Getting the ball in the middle of the paint, forcing the zone to collapse, and then kicking it down low to the wide open Witkowski. A little bit of moisture on the court, so we'll go ahead and .220 to go in this one. 12-point game. Home opener for the Storm here today. Storm won't be back in action here on this court until December 6th. We'll start conference play against Loris. First one misses for the Blue Gold. Second one up and in. 13-point game, 2 minutes to go. If the Storm are going to make the comeback, it has to happen here pretty quick. Just about everything has to go right for the Storm down the stretch. Out wide, Hansen spins around, finds the cutting Anderson. That one fouled. Overski called for the foul. And again, Anderson just doing what she does best. Getting into the lane, cutting towards the basket. She's so hard to stop. 8 of 13 on the afternoon for 16 points. That's second most on the team. The only Taylor Hansen, who has 18 points and 5 rebounds. Free throws, though, continue to be an issue for the Storm. Second one up and in. So 1 for 2 again for the Storm. They're 16 of 25 at the line, 64%. 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. Eau Claire versus Simpson. Blue Golds with it. That is Keller, nearly lost the dribble. Gets it back. DeMar back out. Keller, 3 on the way. No good. Gets her own miss. Fresh shot clock. 3 on the way. Overski again. And second chance points continue to rack up for Eau Claire. Up by 15 with a minute and a half to go. And that kind of feels like that may have been the dagger. But the Storm answer right back. Taylor Hansen connects. She's now up to 21. And it's going to be a turnover from the Blue Gold. So right as I say that, the Storm get exactly what they need, a quick 3 and a turnover. But they're going to need a few more of those here. Minute 15 to go. Storm going to have some tempo here. Need every second on that clock. The vault, top of the key. There's Hansen. She's been feeling it. Fouled. Oh, no, they're going to say turnover. It's on the whistle, but it was going to be a turnover on Hansen. And now the Storm will start to go into a trap and foul defense. And opting not to foul and just play this one straight up instead. Blue Golds will look to take every second off of the clock, up by 12. Overstreet, she's been unstoppable, 25 points. Most of those coming here in the second half. Now down low, shot up and in. Witkowski, the freshman. Wow, what a bright future for this Blue Golds team. They got a lot of freshmen who can make immediate impacts. That one up and in for Maddox the Vault. This Blue Golds team are going to be right there at the top of the conference in an always difficult conference schedule. And it looks like the Blue Golds will just run this one out and take the victory as they sweep the Storm on the Storm's home court. Winning this one, it looks like by a score 87-75. Keller thought about it. And the clock will run out. And that is the final, 87-75. Eau Claire improves to 4-1 on the year. The Storm dropped their first contest, dropped to 2-1 on the season. Let's go ahead and break down some second half, or full game stats, I should say. First for the Storm, it was Taylor Hansen, 21 points on 7 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 5 rebounds as well for Hansen, the sophomore forward out of Omaha, Nebraska. Looked really good here on the court here today. Ella Anderson with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. You're just coming to expect those kind of performances from Ella Anderson already this early in her career. Maddox Duvall ends with 9 points, 8 assists as well. Just 3 of 12, though, shooting from the field. And Ellie Street with 9 points and 5 rebounds, 2 assists. For Eau Claire, it was a tale of two halves. It was Paige Keller in the first half. She had 14 points in the opening half, scoring 17 total on the day with 4 rebounds. Kyla Overski leading the way, though, 25 points. She had a quiet first half, but there was nothing quiet about her game in the second half, going for 25 and 6 rebounds. And then Nyenheis with the double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 8 shooting. And Wachowski goes 4 of 5 from the field, 12 points overall, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here on the broadcast. I want to give a special shout out to our amazing crew behind the scenes for making this all possible. They've been here all day, the triple header. They have not wavered. It's been a great day of college basketball from us all here in Indianola, Iowa. Thank you for tuning in to Simpson Athletics, and we will see you for the next one on December 6th against Loris. ARC action coming your way December 6th. Good night.